Okay, and welcome back everyone to the Paladin's Tavern. My name is Joe, and today we are streaming. This is Tuesday, March 18th. Glad to have everyone back. It's Tuesday night, chill night. We're going to be hanging out, and I don't know what we're doing today. First thing I'd like to do is sort of take my captain here, and I want to look at his basically I want to respec him. That's really what I want to do. I want to take this guy and just start dabbling into the class traits. You know, start my second tab and kind of go into this yellow line here, and then maybe run a couple of skirmishes as a yellow line captain. And the reason why I want to do that is I'm a red line captain right now. Excuse me. As you can see, red line captain. And I do a sword. I use a sword and shield. I'm not using a two-handed weapon. And that's my player choice. Like I just don't. My preferred way to play is with a sword and shield. So I'm not getting a ton of DPS out of this guy anyway as a result of that. And I want to see if the yellow line captain, if that's going to be like a dramatic reduction, and see where that's at. So I'm going to start. Oh, look at that! It just kind of does it for you, now doesn't it? All right. Now I got 8 points here to spend. Let's start looking at some of these things. Situational awareness is maxed out. On every devastating blow, Light of Elendil and Routing Cry skill. 50% chance to evade. Okay. Increases max morale. Alright. What is this? Call them out. Cutting attack and grave wound deal additional damage. Looks like I have some buttons here that got repopulated. Let's just move this. Let's move these off the bar. Oh boy. What is that? Okay. Noble Mark. Inspiriting Call revives a defeated ally. Okay. Uppercut. Okay. I don't need that. Uh-huh. What's this here? Song Brother. What does Song Brother do? A toggle marking an ally as your Song Brother, making them the target of some of your abilities. Critical defense, physical mastery, tactical mastery. Okay. Alright. Shout that draws threat. Right. Battle Shout. I have to put that there, I think. Hammer Stroke. Alright. Okay, so I'm kind of quickly getting an idea as to what these new skills are. So where's cutting attack and grave wound? Let's count display. Pressing attack. That routing cry, I believe, was going up there. Here's cutting attack. Standard of Valor calls forth the Standard of Valor, dealing damage to enemies while increasing the morale healed to nearby allies. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Fellowship of the Song. When inspiring your song brother, the rest of the fellowship also gains a small boon. Unwavering. Being hit reduces the cooldown of Last Stand. Cannot trigger more than once per second. At the fore. You're the first line of defense, facing down enemies directly and without fear. While active, you will build stacks of At the Fore when hit by enemies. Applied on expiration. On any hit received, negate 50% damage. Wow. Applied on expiration. Adds 100% melee damage. Melee damage is increased, and melee skill attacks will consume stacks of At the Fore to restore your morale. Wow, that's huge right there. Elendil's Fury reduces the cooldown and increases the number of targets affected by Elendil's Roar. And what does that do? A shout that draws threat, forcing multiple enemies to attack you. Alright, so this is automatically like bing, bang, boom right there. Getting that. What's this guy? Noble Mark. Grave Wound will briefly force taunt on target. Alright, so I want to go with that for sure. Cutting attack. Pressing attack. Count display. Where's Grave Wound? Song Brothers Call. Momentarily shield an ally. Alright, so I got 5 more. I might be able to max a few things out here. Last Stand. You're able to resist succumbing to defeat for a short time. Wow. That's a 5-minute cooldown. So 3 points in this reduces Last Stand cooldown by 3 seconds. 3 seconds. On a 5-minute cooldown. Can you spare it? Standard of Valor Calls forth a standard of valor, dealing damage to enemies while increasing the morale healed by nearby allies. Might go with that. Turning Point. Defeat events grant incoming healing. Call them out. Cutting attack and grave wound deal additional damage. Yeah. Might go with this one. Just might indeed. Thing is I kind of like all of these, but and I only have 5 points left, so I'm trying to figure out which ones I really want to spend right now. If I want to go a little bit into one or all in on one. So I'm a little torn as to what I'd like to do here. Oh no, that's an interesting idea. React to battle in the red line increases damage to devastating blow, light of Elendil, pressing attack, and routing cry. Routing cry. This increases melee damage and attack speed. Yeah, I may want to go with something in the red line here. Defeat events grant incoming healing. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Being hit reduces cooldown of last stand. And cutting attack, grave wound, deal additional damage. Yeah, I might go here. Max this out. Cannot max it out. Alright, no problem. There. Yes. Very happy with that. At the 4. 3-minute cooldown. Build stacks of at the 4 when hit by enemies. Alright. Let's put that over here. Put that there. Kind of like to group up my shouts, you know? Noble Mark. That's got a 3-second cooldown. Okay. So this should be on my main bar. Mark an enemy, causing their strikes to empower you or your allies. Make haste increases the movement speed of the fellowship. Song Brother. Okay, so this is in 2 spots. Let's remove that. Toggle marking an ally as your Song Brother, making them the target. Some of your abilities. Okay. So I'll put that up here. This restores an ally's morale. Strength in numbers. Call out to nearby allies and they respond in turn. You receive a heal over time that scales with the number of nearby allies up to 6 with a 1-minute cooldown. That's cool. I like that. Now this is like my healing area over here, so somehow I gotta make some room for that. Alright, so strength in numbers. Heal. This is a revive, so let's put that there. Another revive. So one is in combat, the other is out of combat. This is a poison, disease, wound, or fear effect removal. That's a corruption removal. Alright. Now where can I put Last Stand? You are able to resist succumbing to defeat for a short time. I'll keep it here. Alright. I'm going to start moving some things over. Okay. Almost forgot. Let's swap this out. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's give this a try. We're gonna go into a skirmish. And try instance finder. Let's try out our new spec here. Guess we'll go with let's try the Icy Crevasse. Okay. Got my Song Brother ready. Whoa. Uh-huh. Boy. All right. Oof. That was rough. That was really rough. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Whoa. This feels so awkward right now. Big change here. Huge change. Seems like my whole bar here is just taunts. Super rough. Let's okay, we got to figure some stuff out here. Alright, I'll put this here. And leave that open for that, and that's good there. Okay. Whoops. Ugh. Don't you hate it when you accidentally remove something from your bar like that? Oh, man. Can't pull it off there. the wrong skill anyway. Character panel. Skills. And what's that? Wait, how come this isn't on my bar? Inspiring Songbrother? A melee attack that restores power to your Songbrother. How come this didn't come onto my bar? That's not good. In Harm's Way, I've got Songbrother's Call. I have at the 4. Okay. Am I missing anything else? Jeez. How come that didn't make it? Battle Shout. Here we go. Routing Cry. Encased. Strength in Numbers. Noble Mark. That made it. Yeah, here's another one. Grave Wound. This came off the bar. That's not good. Defensive Strike. Improved Sure Strike. Yeah, that's another skill. Holy smokes, man. Elendil's Roar. Okay, I have all of those. Jeez, no wonder why I was having so much difficulty. Wait, we got another one. To Arms. Briefly increases the healing capability of your Songbrother. Slightly increased threat. You gotta be kidding me, man. Strength of Morale. Another one here I don't have. I have Strength in Numbers, but not Strength of Morale on my bar. Oh, requires Return to Bree trait equipped. Oh, that because I grabbed the wrong one. Strength of Morale. Holy cow. Wow. Unreal, man. Alright, well, better get to work here. Got a lot to do. This improved Sure Strike. Alright, let's put that back where it was. These here, and then improved Sure Strike reduces the active cooldown of Battle Shout. Melee attack that restores power to your Songbrother, and then I've got grave wound. Okay. Wow. Pretty incredible, man. Yeah, that felt a lot better. Okay. It's like, no wonder why I felt like there was nothing but shouts on my bar. Nice. Alright, this feels a lot better. Let's see. Ranged guy, huh? Yeah, see, this I can work with. If I just practice at it for a little bit, I'll be able to get this one down. I honestly don't feel like I'm doing bad DPS compared to what I was doing before. It feels comparable. And I've got the tanking ability I was missing very badly. Hmm. This feels a lot better. Spin this guy around. Nice. Man, that felt great. Exit sled. Sweet. And jump on a sled and leave. Shadow's Touch. Minus 25% shadow mitigation. Wow. A debuff persists even after the instance. All right, so this yellow line is feeling a lot better now that I added all those skills to my bar. Let's get another one going. Let's do another skirm. Storm on Methadris. I was streaming that earlier today in the afternoon.
South to the aid of Aragorn, we came upon a Dunlending hag named Gwillian, called the Old Woman of the Mountain. She sought to raise an army of ancient evil to aid the White Hand against Rohan.
I'd like to see, you know, how this feels differently
keep her at bay.
in Yellow Line. Okay, so Charlemagne had Songbrother on him already. That's cool that it just persists past the instance. That's cool. I like that. To me, like, that's more than a buff. Like, you're putting a status, you know? You're putting a status on, and that's cool, man. Get the aggro over. Sort of stuck here. Alright. Now we're free. A little rough here, but it's a new spec. Trying to get used to it. Let's see. Whoa. Alright, I'll target this out. Let me see if I can get these guys to come to me. I think they're all linked. Yeah. Alright, and then Try and see if I can... Ah, the goat did not come. Let's get the goat. What's up, Ty? Ty's here, everyone. Good evening. Excuse me. Nice. Ah, this can be so smooth. Like, once I get this button configuration down, this is gonna be super, super smooth. This freaking Yeti is pounding his chest at me. Ty, skirmish? Yeah, man. Doing some skirmishes. So, I actually, Ty, I was streaming earlier today in the afternoon. I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling this red line anymore. It's just not doing a lot of damage, and I'd rather be tanking anyway. You know, am I really going to take a massive DPS hit if I just switch to yellow line? And so that's what I did earlier when I fired up the stream. I just kind of spec'd into yellow line, and I'm trying it out. And I actually kind of feel like a bit of a DPS increase, to be honest with you. It could be that I'm using a few things a little bit differently. So I'm sure there's a bunch going on right now. Yo, come on, man. I was just about to drink my coffee. Let's see. Let me see how many of these clowns I have on me right now. Let's target the tree. It's a little hard to see, you know, if I have all the aggro or not. I'm assuming if I were in a fellowship and someone were super offended by the fact that I don't have all the aggro, they would tell me. Wait, I'm not fighting Sarah. What the hell am I fighting? Little rough, but I'll get there. I like this is a great skill. Threatening shout. That is nice, man. It's a ranged threat generator. I mean, look at that. And it has AoE capability. Like, it generates ranged threat in a cone effect? Holy shit. That's awesome. Good stuff. Wow. Oh man, Daddy Likey. Daddy Likey, long time. I'm excited. My opinion, as do the build that makes the class the most enjoyable for you. If you're trying to do tier 2 content and above, it might be different, but tier 1 stuff is allows a lot of flexibility. Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It really does. I've been, you know, I've tanked in a lot of games, and I haven't felt tanking this, like the ability for this to be buttery smooth is just. It's just huge. And I've not felt like that since I played World of Warcraft. Years ago. Okay, so I lost threat on this guy. Let's see if he just snaps back. Wow. Just snaps right on back with one skill. That's not bad for a pointy-eared elvish princeling. That's not bad at all, man. That is not bad at all. Alright, let's get this this Yeti. Yeah, the DPS feels different too. I don't know what's changed. I don't know what's different here, but look at that. I cannot remember playing a game where there was a ranged threat generator that had a cone effect on it. I don't remember ever playing a game like that before. Not to say that it didn't exist in various games that I've played. You know, I'm sure, like, I think the Death Knight in World of Warcraft had something like that, but it wasn't at range. It was, you had to be in melee range for that. And I think maybe even the Warrior had something like that too. What's up, Grandpa? How you doing? Hey all, hope everyone is having a good night. Yeah, doing all right. I mean, look at this. See these guys here? All three of them? I can just Elendil roar at them, and here they come, a wassailing along. I mean, to me, that's just incredible. All right, so now I'm gonna bring these hammerheads over to this guy. Just kind of hold them all here. Doing well today, says Grandpa. Yeah, thanks for coming in earlier on the afternoon stream. I did intend for it to be a little bit longer, but you know, there was some family obligations kind of sprang up while I was streaming. So, all right, let's pull the banner down. Again, in this particular pull, I like to get everyone back, because Maximus over here just has to, like, he's got to lead the charge, you know? So I let the NPCs just kind of get the aggro for a minute. And alright, let me see if I can pull all these guys over to me. Holy smokes, they just all come running. Fan-flippin-tastic. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't love this anymore. This is fantastic. All right, Maximus, come on, get yourself back over here. But the fight's over there. I want to fight. I know you want to fight, Maximus. I know you do. So I got this guy chucking blocks at me. Pull him back. This freaking guy. Every time, man. Every time. Here comes trouble. I wonder if I could pull the giant past the gate. Nah, he won't come. That's alright, I don't care. Ow. Jeez. If you want a second to give you a DD to practice your aggro generation, happy to jump in for a bit. Yeah, melee soldiers are annoying that way. I appreciate that. I'm good. Thank you though. Getting clobbered. And it's just gonna have to be okay. Let's bring these guys over here. So like this is hilarious to me right now. Get these two goats over here. How we doing, fellas? And the evil goat's down. Wow. Yeah, Ty, we just don't have enough control over the skirmish soldiers. We really don't. I mean, with the buttons that they give us, and then that's not even for the skirmish soldier. That's for Charlemagne over here. I should rename Maximus Faramir. And I should rename Charlemagne Boromir. Because Boromir is the one that... He's the one that will not... He will not let me down. I know Maximus's uses and they are few. Charlemagne, the one who will not fail me. Do not trouble me with Maximus. I know his uses and they are few. So let's get this evil goat. Evil goat. Wow. And the range on Elendil's roar is really impressive. Let's put this guy over here. Nice. Oh, man. This guy's dropping a sick beat over here. right, now down to the lady. Hey. Take long enough? Goodness. Ty redeemed hydrate. Thank you, Ty. And a big old stretch. Thanks, Ty. Much appreciated. Ty's got my back. Sweet. Mm-hmm. Like that. Now, what's this here? Heraldry of the Owl. Word of Craft. That's what I'm looking for. Word of Craft. So I've got 2 Word of Craft slots open. And that's Word of Mastery. Heraldry. Word of Power. Power. This Word of Craft can enhance your abilities beyond their normal limits. Aha, this will fit in. Have you heard from Nandos recently? He dropped off the planet the past several days. I have, yeah, Ty. I've been talking with him regularly. He's good. He's kind of busy at work, and he has a plan to come back toward the end of the month. So, but yeah, he's all right. No worries there. Yeah, Ty. Okay, good to hear. Yeah, no, I talked to him. It was about 2 nights ago. I was chatting with him, and like kind of sporadically over the weekend a little bit. So he's all right. I'll let him know you were looking for him. He'll be happy to hear that. Two different set items equipped. -3 attack duration. All right, I don't have any set items equipped. But it will add 50 finesse. I don't think I really I don't think finesse rating is like, the top of the the charts here for a captain. What the heck does finesse even do? Yeah, look at that, 96. Reduces your opponent's resistance, reduces your opponent's black parry and evade. All right. Well, can't hurt. There we go. And just like that, the finesse went up. And just like that. All right, now I think I have things that'll level that up a little bit. What was that? Massive iron collar found on one of the denizens. Oh, it starts a quest. I think I did that. Well, if I did, it probably wouldn't be showing up in my inventory, so. Oh, well. Wait, where's my... oh, there it is. Hey, where'd it go? Open up the vault. Major Essence of Might. Nope. That doesn't level anything up. Wait. No. 2 enhancement runes plus 2. Enhances one of your legendary items' tracery slots. Alright, so do I just drag it onto here? Nope, don't want to unslot that. Enhancement limit is 125. So I don't know what that means. Hey, 30-06, what's going on? Slides in through the side door. I see you. See you sliding on in. Yeah, alright. I don't know. This system is still a gigantic mystery to me. Perks. Add a little enhancement there. Now, can I actually extend that bar? Oh! I can. Fantabulous. You do not have any uses for that buff. Next use is in 23 hours. Alright, so I maxed that out. Cool. And now I will jump into another skirmish. Let's do Attack at Dawn. It's another one I like a lot. I like it a lot. What's good? How's everyone doing? Says 30-06. Yeah, I'm alright, man. Freaking Maximus, man. Unbelievable with this guy. I gotta get one of those ranged soldiers. I'm gonna fire Maximus. Hey, Ty. Thanks for the ban. Nice. Well done. Well done indeed. I didn't even see that guy come in. There he was with the flippin' banhammer. Let's get this. All three came over, huh? This guy comes into the chat room. He's all like, "Oh, hey, you want to buy viewers?" And Ty was like, "And banhammer." Absolutely merciless. I love it. Alright, so before I open up that door, I like to run over to the other side here. Free that up as well. They have a cave troll. Whoa! Come on, let's go. Here we are. Oh, man. These guys went ranged on me. I know they're going to do that. Nice. Okay, let me open up the other side now. This feels good, man. This yellow line captain feels real good. Big fan. Bum ba dum. Okay, group them up. Nice. 30-6. Doing well. Spring break for school, but I'm cramming for study. What are you taking? And I believe we talked about this before recently. Just don't remember. doesn't want to move. Woo. Feels so good. I love this so much. This is excellent. 30-6. Right now I'm taking a math class, biology class, and one of many Spanish classes. Took a 10-year hiatus from college after already having 92 credits, and the difference in how they teach today is bizarre to me. Zoomers. That's interesting. Now, what differences are you noticing? Definitely like to hear that. What differences are you noticing? I graduated from college in 2004, so I can only imagine how different it must be nowadays. The lectures just aren't the same. It feels less like professors teach you and more that they just guide you to self-study material. It has its pros and cons for sure, but I basically feel as if I'm teaching myself. Oh, that's not good. That doesn't sound right. A lot of my textbooks are digital interactive ebooks, and you basically work through materials, each unit, until you hit a pass-fail, and you get a perfect score. It's not about mastery, in my opinion. Aha. So they're not... So the classes are pass-fail. It's not based on quality. At least the ABCDF grading system, rated you on quality of information. Pass fail is, it just kind of negates that. Is this game trying to tell me something here with these heavy collars? Oh, I did it again. It's not about learning the answers. or the why behind answers is teaching you how to find the answers and roll and memorization. Well, I mean, I see some benefit in being taught how to find information for yourself. I mean, that's a skill that is, I think, greatly lacking. At least you're not being force-fed information. That sounds pretty good to me. Doesn't teach you innovation or critical thinking and problem solving either. Yeah, that's not good. That's really bad. I would think that at least that system would lend itself toward critical thinking. That's something that my son is homeschooled, and critical thinking is something I'm teaching him. He's 5 years old, and I got him started on a couple of things, I've taught him some old adages like, believe none of what you hear and half of what you read. And then I'll point out to him examples of like, okay, so we just read this, but is that actually true? So we'll read like a little science book that's meant for his age, and I'll tell him, be careful when the word theory is used. A lot of times scientists will use the word theory, and what they're trying to tell you is that this is a scientific fact. But it's actually still considered a theory. And he knows the difference between fact and theory. So I told him, you really have to watch out for that. Most of the time, scientists will tell you something is a theory, and it comes with that context of, this is just a theory, we're not really sure, but we really think that this might be the case. I said, but there are times when a scientist will tell you something that's quote unquote a theory, and the way in which they're explaining that to you is that this is actually a hard fact that we all believe, and there's no refuting it anymore. He'll ask me a question, how come this or how come that, and I tell him, well, what do you think? And he'll say, well, I don't know. And I'll say, okay, look, why don't you use your imagination and come up with an answer to your question? And it doesn't have to be right. And it's okay to be wrong. And if your answer is incorrect, I'll tell you the answer. But if the answer is correct, I'll tell you that it's correct, and you get a reward. So I'm trying to guide him into, if you have a question, use your imagination to come up with an answer, and then test that answer. See if and it seems to be working for him. He seems to be doing well with that. So let me catch up here on the chat. So 30-6 says, oh, absolutely. Learning how to find answers is critical, but shouldn't be 90% of the approach. Almost all my tests are open textbook too. Oh, you don't have time to look up every answer in the time limit, but you can view your notes, which isn't bad, but could become a crutch, a bad habit. Yeah, trust but verify. Yeah, that's tricky because in science terms, a theory is an established law and so a fact. A hypothesis is what we've used in common parlance as you're theorizing something. Well, you've got scientific laws, you've got scientific theories, and the hypothesis is an untested answer. You have a question. You know, does this treatment work for this disease? And you run a study, and the study comes back with an answer. Okay, I hypothesize that this might be the answer. But it certainly has no strength or merit at all whatsoever. It's a hypothesis based on a single study or a small group of studies or studies with, extreme limitations. So now you got to run a second study that specifically attacks the limitations of the original study with either the same method with the same methodology. Usually. Okay, now you got another answer that comes back. Answer's the same. All right. My hypothesis is getting stronger. And you do that over and over until you start receiving a theory on, yes, okay, this was my question. This is the theorized answer, and my methodologies here kind of show as to what the mechanics are in order to that arrived at this answer. But this requires more than just me and so on and so forth. So I'm very critical of science and educators for the exact things that you're bringing up right now in education, and I'm very critical of scientists these days, because oftentimes I'm seeing scientists speak on their political biases than really anything else. And sure, they'll have a collection of studies that prove, okay, my political bias happened to be true here. But they start with the political bias, then they run the study, and then they start talking about their findings as if it's concrete truth, and they throw around these terms like theory to kind of be a bit of a scapegoat, but they're really implying that they're 100% right. And it's really all based on their political bias. And we see this a lot when it comes to climate science. Over the course of my lifetime, I don't know how many times we've had to go back and forth. Is the Earth warming? Is it cooling? What's good for the Earth and what's not good for the Earth? When I was in junior high school, paper bags in supermarkets were banned because they were littering the oceans. And so they started coming out with plastic bags. And the thinking was that the litter is polluting our oceans. These paper bags are no good. They're polluting the oceans, and something about global warming was attached to that. It's ridiculous. But here's some plastic bags. Let's use plastic bags. Plastic bags will be better for the environment because, you just throw them right out and they don't ever make their way into the oceans at all, ever. And now that's flipped the other direction. And now it's, we got to use paper bags now because at least they're biodegradable, and plastic has been, and climate change. So what the hell was true? You know, if science is finding answers, then that answer should be the case, whether it's the late 80s or the early 2020s. It should be the same answer, and it's not. And this is a very small example of how I have seen scientists run with something because it matches their political bias. And most scientists happen to vote Democrat liberal in America. And for good reason, because the federal government funds a tremendous amount of research in this country that funnels its way into educational institutions. And the Democratic Party has always been a champion of funding science and research. So most scientists will vote Democrat liberal in America. However, it really has seemed that that's painted tremendously the outcome of a lot of their findings. And this isn't a controversial statement. I mean, look at the evidence of your eyes. Take a look and see what's going on there. And if you're having a hard time, I would say take a look at some of the things that were said about the vaccine during COVID just 5 years ago, and how those statements were stated, that they were said that it's a conspiracy theory, that this vaccine is not good for you. And now, just on the news recently, like one of the big conspiracy theories, quote unquote, regarding the vaccine, how it harmed women in their cycles. Well, apparently that was true too. That recently had come out within the last, I don't know, I heard it recently. I heard it on the news less than a week ago. So I'm not exactly sure when that information came out. But that was a massive quote unquote, a massive conspiracy theory when we were all being told to, take the jab. And that's just another example. So I'm teaching my son the old adage, believe nothing of what you hear and half of what you read. If you're hearing it, like you said, trust then verify. If you're hearing it, don't believe it. Figure it out for yourself. And if you're reading it, understand that whoever is writing what you're reading, they had a bias and they can't get around it. As much as they think they'd like to, or they can't. So their facts are colored. Their facts are simply colored by the fact that they simply have facts that they believe are facts, and that they've arrived at a conclusion. Just the simple fact that they've arrived at a conclusion with these facts means that they have a bias. There could be alternative conclusions to a set of facts, and the thing that you're writing is likely not addressing those alternative conclusions. So I'm making him aware of these things. And it's just because a person has tremendous credentials doesn't mean that they're not leading you astray, that they're not outright lying to you, that they haven't done their homework, their due diligence. And, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that a person's a doctor or well-known in their field. Why are they saying what they're saying? That is incredibly important. What do they stand to gain? It's incredibly important to figure that out. Ty, nope. Testing on 7 mice is sufficient to establish scientific fact. I learned that during the pandemic. Ty with the home run. 30-6. The lipid hypothesis is a crazy thing to me. Basically, the pushing of the thought that both saturated fats increase cholesterol, and also that all cholesterol increase risk of heart disease. So suddenly butter and animal fats are bad, and they push other fats. 30-6 is laughing at Ty. Climate's is a fun topic. We're currently in an ice age, but they don't like to talk about that fact. Scientists have decided that there's more ice today than there has been on average over the last 41 million years. So, quote, trust the science, I guess. Ty, most legitimate geologists on climate change. Eye roll. Yeah, I agree. And look, I'm not going to be, so presumptuous to say that, all these scientists are kooks and all that. I'm just teaching my son. Think for yourself, believe none of what you hear and half of what you read. And I think that goes like double and triple in today's standards. I mean, look at the internet, guys. Social media is just rife with bad information and good information too. But I mean, you got to take all of it with a grain of salt. Unless somebody, really dives in and does a fantastic job. But I mean, you figure that out over the course of a long time. Well, anyway. Homeschooling can be a lot of fun. I was covering the solar system with my son this past week or so, and we were going back and forth. I was talking to him about Pluto, and I was telling him that when I was young, Pluto was considered to be a planet, and now it's considered a dwarf planet officially. I said, but did you know that scientists are debating whether they should switch it back? And he said he didn't know that. I said, well, okay, so we're not sure if Pluto is going to be considered a dwarf planet still, or if it's going to be considered an actual large planet in the future. So always keep in mind that right now Pluto is a dwarf planet. However, scientists are discussing that right now, trying to debate it and figure it out. And he really latched on to that idea. I think he really likes the fact that, there's a debate going on right now, and he's aware of it. And for some reason, he really liked it. He's showing a natural inclination towards science. Which doesn't surprise me because his mother is a doctor. I'm hoping to homeschool if I'm allowed to marry my girlfriend. She works in special ed too, so I'd be set. Well, all the best of luck to you on that one. Hopefully you'll be allowed to marry your girlfriend. That was a big issue for me. When I was dating my wife, we dated for 10 years, and there was really two reasons for that. Number one, I was a broke rookie cop in New York City, so I didn't have money to get married, and she was a graduate student. She didn't have money either to get married. So we kind of had to wait on that. But the other thing was that, there was some issues there between me and her family. So, that needed to get worked out. And it got worked out, and everything is fine and good now. But it would have been tough if they were like, sorry. We know it's been 10 years, but you're not marrying her. And we were older at the time. We were in our 30s. I like to think that, my wife and I would have been like, look, we've been dating for 10 years. We're in our 30s. Does this really? I mean, even though we want that blessing from the family, is it really going to stop us here? I mean, come on. I mean, is it really? I mean, we're grown adults. we have jobs. You're a doctor, for Pete's sake. I'm a police officer. The New York City trusts me with a gun. I mean, come on. Glad that all got worked out, brother. You all sound like a Mighty Morphin Power couple. Yeah. No, we have a really great relationship. It's not without its problems, of course. I mean, everything would be fine, I think, if she would just, recognize the fact that I'm always right about everything, and I think we'd be okay then. But she just insists that every now and again she's right, and I'm like, oh,
yes. The horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time.
Yes.
Let this be the hour when we draw swords together.
Yeah.
Fell deeds awake.
Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn. Oh, amazing. Who redeemed that one? Ty? Ty, awesome redeem. Thank you so much. Looks like this gate's open now. Still gives me the chills. Rest in peace, Bernard Hill. I know, right? He was so good as Theoden. I mean, can you imagine anybody else as Theoden? Dude, I mean, he was a king. Your men will follow you to whatever end. I mean, I would have. I would have followed Theoden to whatever end for sure. Are you kidding me? Wow, this is gonna be a long fight. Where the heck is my guy? Dismiss. Whoops, I dismissed the wrong guy. Alright. We'll get this worked out. No worries. We'll get this figured out right here. And now I can't bring him for some reason. Okay. Uh, 30-6. My case is pretty different because I had a short marriage in the military and so a divorce. My lady is Mexican-American and Roman Catholic, and so I'm going through the tribunal annulment process, so the church is investigating if my marriage was valid or not. I'm grateful for the process, though, because it's actually turned out to be more about healing for me than anything. Girlfriend's brothers are all non-denominational. They just want me to marry her at this point. That's great to hear. For you guys. I wish you the best of luck, man. That's awesome. Plus, I get invited to all the carne asadas now. Can't go wrong with that. What the heck was that? What was that flash all about? Okay. Oh, let's get this gate open over here. Wait, is this not active yet? What did I miss? What in the world? Come on, really? Seriously? These willow flies? It can't be. These are the guys that are holding me up right now? Come on. I've never had that happen before. No, it wasn't them. I didn't think so. Forgotten these instances, these maps are just useless. So there's got to be like one bad guy around here somewhere. What's this? Those... Yeah, they're on the other side of the gate. Ah! That guy right there. It's an interesting path. Okay. There we go. Here they come. This is always a fun pull for me. Nice. Absolutely loving this. This just feels so good. Trying to line of sight this guy. Can I? There we go. Where the heck are these dudes going? Oh my gosh. Why is my banner guy all the way over there? What is he attacking? Ludicrous. Talking about being a little older, let's talk multivitamins. I use OptiMen by Optimum Nutrition. It's baller. Trouble in Tuckborough is my favorite skirmish. Yeah, I agree. 30-06. It's a lot of fun. I can't quite put, like, I can't quite explain it, you know. But I have such a good time playing this one. Oh, okay. All right. I see how this is. Okay. Last banner. Boy, something was funny. In harm's way, damage reduction. Word of mastery, Captain. Huh. I wonder if that's an upgrade. This one. Is the new one? Yeah, in harm's way. Damage reduction. Missing a word of craft here. Battle shot damage. Yeah, you know, I think I'd rather keep what I have. Bleed pulses. Hmm. 44 physical mitigation. Kinked something in Kin chat. Oh, linked something in Kin chat. Okay. Is this a ring? Definitely not kinked. An early endeavor in the craft of ring making made prior to the forging of the rings of power, this unique device possesses great strength nevertheless. Such rings have appeared on occasion throughout the history of Middle-earth, seemingly never staying with one master for long. This artifact is one of the few powers that might counter the strength of the greater rings, if only for a little while. I love that they dove that deep into the lore. My first ring of power. So is Ty. 30-6. Don't link shame me. That's really cool, man. Congratulations. Where'd you get it? Random chest in Moria? Wow. You gotta be kidding me. What a huge drop. Holy smokes. Wow. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. All right. Well, it's time for me to end the stream. It's getting to be a little late. So, but I'll be back tomorrow at 11 p.m. and I might have time tomorrow as well to do another afternoon stream. Excuse me. So, just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And hopefully I'll get a chance to see you either tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening back here in Lord of the Rings Online. So take care, everyone. Have a great night.